Hey there folks, I'm Keegan Van Hook and welcome to Us As We Are. In this episode we've got a couple of segments for you. First, we're going to go over to Phoenix where we're going to meet up with the Lowes Bucket Brigade. While there, we're going to get to talk to the mayor of Phoenix, and then later we're going to come back here to Railroad Park in Ashland where we're going to ask people what is the soul of the Rogue Valley. There's a lot in this episode, I think you'll enjoy it, so come along for the ride. Today we're here in Phoenix with Rebecca from Lowes to take a look at their Bucket Brigade, a way that they're going to help the community. So Rebecca, how about you just start by introducing yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the store manager at the Medford Lowes, and we're just really excited to be here in Phoenix and giving back a little bit to the community, and just making sure that they know that that all of the communities that were affected by the fires know that we care about them and that we're here for them in any capacity.
So tell me about the Bucket Brigade.
So the Bucket Brigade is an opportunity for us to just put together some essentials, some water, some cleaning supplies, of course a Lowe's bucket, and we've got 500 of them, and we're handing them out to the first 500 folks that come on through, just ensuring again that they've got a little bit of something. Maybe it helps them get started in some way, maybe it replaces something, but something that just also shows that we care about them and that we're here for them.
And what kinds of items do you have in the buckets?
We have water, paper towels, hand sanitizer, simple green, trash bags, and then we've also got a bucket scoop that is attached to the bucket, which just helps with some of the cleanup process.
Cool. So I understand this is kind of a national agenda or a part of one. Could you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, so really Lowe's does everything they can for natural disasters each year. Obviously, we've had some unique ones in the Pacific Northwest this year and throughout California as well. This is not, the Bucket Brigade is not unique to Lowe's, but it is unique to us in this area. We've had 2,700 trucks of emergency supplies shipped to the natural disaster areas, the hurricane areas, the tornado areas, and then the wildfire areas, including our area here. And we've donated just over $1 million just to the Pacific Northwest, any areas that have been affected as well.
And have you done this in previous years in different communities?
I personally haven't, but Lowe's has. Unfortunately, the Bucket Brigade is not new to hurricane areas, tornado areas. But this year, Lowe's has gone into wildfire-affected areas. Seems like a lot more cities are being hit and towns and whatnot. So Lowe's decided to make that move as well and ensure that we're just supporting anyone that needs it.
So a bit about you. I'm sure this isn't really your usual thing as like a store manager. What is your job normally like?
My job is to ensure that you're getting the best customer service and you're getting all the product you need at Lowe's. So no, this is a little bit different. It's a fun thing to be doing.
How does it make you feel?
Oh, it feels great to be able to just give back, to be able to talk to folks as they're coming through. So far, the majority of the people we've had come through have actually lost their homes. And so they're so resilient, and listening to what they've gone through and their attitudes are amazing. It's just inspiring, definitely.
Well, anything else you want to add to conclude this little thing? We'll probably check in with you at the end as well.
Yeah, no, just thankful that we get the opportunity to be out here.
Very cool. All right, thanks a lot. All right, what's your name, man?
My name is Colton. I'm the manager of paint at Lowe's.
Cool. Why don't you show me what's in these buckets?
So we've got some contractor grade trash bags. We get 3 of them. They're 6 mil thick, meant to hold just about anything. We've got N95 respirator masks for when dealing with ash. Got some general cleaning stuff like hand sanitizer, some simple green, paper towels, and some goggles. And then, of course, the bucket itself. And then we have a clip-on thing to turn the bucket into basically a very large dustpan.
So how is this different from your regular job?
Normally I'm just in the store helping people out at the store level. It's different getting out here and actually talking to the community and getting stuff to them.
Is this kind of like a refreshing day?
Yeah, it's nice to get out of the store every once in a while.
All right, Mr. Mayor, I think a lot of people know who you are, but why don't you just introduce yourself for us?
Sure, my name is Chris Luz. I'm the mayor of Phoenix.
And, well, how does it make you feel to see this event going down today, helping your community?
Yeah, Lowes is a great partner for us. You know, they've been here before. They'll, I'm sure, be here again. And we're just happy that they're able to, distribute those buckets to a Bucket Brigade for our citizens, those who lost homes or, looking for some relief. And even though it's just a bucket and some cleaning supplies, it helps, builds up some enthusiasm. I think they gave out about 50 buckets so far, and they're also moving up to the street level as opposed to over here. It's a little bit hidden over here, so they're on Main Street waving their buckets, and it's exciting to see them here.
Very good. So tell me more generally, like, about the Almeda Fire. Your community got hit kind of the hardest. Yep. What sorts of challenges have you dealt with associated with that?
Yeah, well, the first challenge initially was opening up the city and getting people back in the city. That happened. Next challenge is regarding the cleanup process. And right now, the cleanup process has started with the hazardous waste cleanup. That's phase 1. And there's EPA strike teams right now going home to home to home to clean up the hazardous waste. And shortly thereafter, we're thinking about 3 weeks. I know it still seems like a lot of time. We're going to start having people come in here and do the major cleanup, and yeah, that'll be what they call ash and trash. So that's the biggest barrier right now to getting moving with the city and rebuilding is cleaning up first. After that, putting in some housing, transitional housing to help those who have lost a home. It'll be temporary housing until we can rebuild. But I got some good news yesterday regarding expedited funding for ODOT to offer contracts to contractors who will do the ash and trash cleanup. That was good news. Exact timing, we're not sure, but we're thinking to start in about 3 weeks.
Right on. And so long term, looking ahead, what do you think the biggest challenge facing Phoenix is going to be with all this cleanup and finding people housing, etc.?
Well, long term, it's helping people rebuild, and I think it'll rebuild a little bit organically. So if someone owns a home and it's a stick-built house and they're going to rebuild, and it'll be a home that they choose. Businesses on Main Street, I think a lot of them will come back and rebuild, but that'll be up to them. As far as the city is concerned, we're looking to add possibly a food court next to our downtown civic center here to have a little bit of life downtown, a place to go, and a place to have a bite to eat, beer, hang outside, maybe a fireplace out there, kind of like the pump room over in Talent, but a little bit bigger than that. So that's a dream that we have, and I think it can come true. So we're looking to do something like that. But overall, it's going to be a newer, fresher look in Phoenix. It'll be different, and we'll see what comes up.
And as mayor, what's your role in all of this?
Well, I'm trying to keep things moving. You know, when the governor calls, you got to know what you're talking about, and you got to tell the governor, hey, we need this, 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 and this. When Senator Wyden calls or Walden's office calls, you need to be on your game and know what's going on in the city, you know what the needs are, and be able to express those to the people in power to help to get things done. So for me, it's doing things behind the scenes to keep things moving along. And then there's a comfort thing also. I like to go out and talk to people. I see people digging through the debris in their home. I like to walk out to them and say hello and offer some comfort. So it's 2 degrees, you know, that's on the ground, helping people, then behind the scenes working with agencies, governor, our national delegation to keep things moving.
And last question, how can people help?
What I'm asking for right now is for people, if they can, to allow someone to stay on their property. We've got about 500 people, or about 500 hotel rooms still occupied by people displaced. So if you have an RV pad at your house and you can offer that to somebody, great. Maybe the mother-in-law's apartment you can offer, maybe a room in your house. If you have space to offer to somebody, offer it. Let us know so we can put someone there. It's better than, bunking up with people who are, maybe getting a little bit, tired of accommodating someone. I know everyone tries, but after a while, sometimes accommodations get a little bit old, and we're looking to provide more of a permanent, semi-permanent place where someone can call home. So if you can help us out privately, I'd like that.
Sweet. All right, Chris Luz, Mayor of Phoenix, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much. All right, bye-bye now.
Parade wave.
Let's see the spider up there. That's cool.
You guys so much.
Thank you. We're glad you came down. If you know anyone else, so send them on down.
All right, why don't you just introduce yourself to start?
My name's Scott Ford.
And what brings you out here today?
Well, Lowes is doing a bucket brigade for all the affected families and residents in the Phoenix area, giving out buckets full of supplies to help out the community.
And so she mentioned that you had actually been displaced because of the fire initially. Do you want to tell me anything about that?
Yeah, we were a little bit. We were actually close to North Phoenix Road, up by the Albertsons there, and we hit level 3 evacuation, so we could actually see the flames from our house from Phoenix. It was pretty intense, so we left and went up to Rogue River for a couple days, and got to come back for a little bit, and then had a level evacuation 3 hit again, so had to move back out for another while.
And was your house or your things destroyed?
No, luckily the firefighters did an amazing job keeping a lot of people really safe, and so I'm glad they got it under control. Our house was fine.
So what was kind of going through your head during those 2 evacuation processes?
Sick to my stomach, kind of worried about everything. I think myself was a little bit more stressed out than others around me, just because I've had family members in fires before. So a little stressed out, and so but we made it through. We toughened up and got out of there quick enough.
Right on. So now to be out here and doing this, how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel great. Working with a company that is so involved in the community, that's willing to help out, and makes me love working for Lowes, and I can't wait to grow.
So this isn't an average day, but on an average day, what is your job with Lowes?
On an average day, I'm the garden department supervisor. I'm in charge of the live nursery inside and out, kind of. Work really well with another manager, Ryan Sloan. He is the inside garden manager, so we team up and we control the whole garden section.
Very cool. So is this kind of like a refreshing change of pace for you?
This is actually a normal pace. I do a lot with Lowes, helping out with the Lowes Hero projects and the women's shelter and all other things. And so I'm just very, very fortunate to have a job that is able to help out the community so much. And so I try to put my feet in every event that goes on with Lowes.
Cool. Scott, thanks for talking to us.
Of course, thank you.
Would you like some water in a bucket? Yeah. You got it, no problem.
Where would you like
Thank you so much. Yeah, where would you like it at? You just show these guys and they'll get you loaded up.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You're welcome.
There you go. All right. Be like Christmas when I get home. I'll see what's in here. Thank you very much, though. I appreciate it.
All right, Rebecca, why don't you update us? Just tell us how it's gone today.
Yeah, it's gone really well. We've been excited to get to interact with different members of the community, and we've given out about half the buckets. We'll give out the rest at the store tomorrow. So if anyone needs one, was impacted by the fire, just wants to come along and chat with us for a while and some goodwill, we're happy to give them one, and a case of water as well. But it's been a really fun day. It's been really inspiring to talk to the different members of the community and hear their stories, and again, just how resilient and positive they are. It's been really fun to be here.
Fantastic. Do you think you might be doing this again?
Well, I hope not for the same reasons, for sure. But we may look later into the year at another opportunity to give back. We'll kind of see where the cleanup process goes overall and how we can affect that. And any way that we can, we'll definitely pitch in.
And if somebody wanted to help, how should they do that?
They can just contact Lowes, and we'll let them know what we're working on and what opportunities we have, and find somewhere for them to be.
Right on. Any last concluding words?
Just I think that just making sure that you ask for help if you need the help. Everyone is in a little bit of a tough situation right now, so don't be afraid to ask. And there are a lot of people that want to help and are willing to. So give them that opportunity, and it'll really help you out as well. And just loved being here today.
Right on. Rebecca, thanks so much for talking to us.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you to the Lowes for letting us snoop in on their operation. That was very interesting. Now we're going to conclude this week's episode here in Railroad Park in Ashland by just asking people what they think the soul of the Rogue Valley is. So come on, let's go see who we can find.
The soul of the Rogue Valley? I think it's nature. It's really the soul.
Well, I really like how there's just a great community. And yeah.
The parks.
The parks?
That people are kind, that they say hello, that they are always with a smile, and they love animals. I know that my dogs really are well accepted everywhere, and people are kind. and it's the better expression of their kindness is in the parks.
While we're asking you follow-ups, what's your favorite park in Ashland? Or in the whole valley?
Oh, that's a good question. Lithia Park, by far the best. So beautiful. Look at them. See that? You now have to add something off camera, but I'm French, and I travel all around the world, and I chose Ashland. All around the world, I'm not kidding. And I chose Ashland. I think it's such a nice little town. People are kind, gentle, smiling, giving, very supportive. So that's it.
Well, thank you so much. These are clearly very sweet dogs.
I speak French too.
And you speak French?
Yeah.
You are French dogs.
Yeah, you tell them treat, they don't react. But you tell them in French, which I'm not going to do because it's unfair to them.
Yeah.
Then they react. This guy is Zigzag, and the other is Bisou, and it means sweet little kiss in French. He's a love bug.
What is the soul of the Rogue Valley?
All right, soul of the Rogue Valley. Wow, that's interesting. To me, it's kind of Bear Creek and the Greenway, and which is really important to me. I spent a lot of time on it, and that's why the fire was so devastating. And I've been working with some volunteers to help restore that. And it's kind of a community path between here and Talent and Phoenix and Medford. That's the way I see it, at least from a connector for all of us. It's kind of hard to, when you ask for the soul, because you don't think of that as being all that heavy, but we need something that connects us all, and especially something we don't have to drive on. So yeah, that's my thought.
Great answer, thank you.
You got it.
Lovely, the soul. I just love how, for me, and I've lived here a really long time, my name's Claudia, and it's the way we're just nestled in this cradle, you know? And so, for me, the soul is, I don't know, Pilot Rock and Pompadour, and knowing it's there, and it's a comfort for me. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about the soul of the Rogue Valley, but I know that the center of the Rogue Valley, of course, is the Oregon Vortex in Gold Hill. No, man, it's true. It's like you try to leave and that thing will suck you right back in. But it's great. Yeah, the soul of the Rogue Valley. Well, I mean, the Rogue Valley is a big area. I mean, Ashland is very obviously different than Medford. I don't know. Gosh. I can't. The soul of the Rogue Valley. I don't know. It just the way that I can't. I don't know. I can't answer that really, because I don't. What is soul? I mean, what is soul? Is life, breath, animating spirit. John Lewis. No, I mean, when I often think about the Takelma Indians, of course, or the natives who were here, who then got called the Rogue Indians and were defeated and deported in the 1850s. But there's still evidence of them around. There actually is a curse, I believe, that they said to the white man that said, "You will be happy here, but you will never be satisfied." I don't think that's the soul, that's the curse, but I don't know. I've always maybe it's just a sense of home. I've always felt at home here. I actually don't live here now. I lived here for many years, and I live back in California, where the streets are paved with gold. But yeah, there's something about it, and we used to joke it's the Oregon Vortex, you know, that swirls you back in. But it's just the feeling of home, which, you know, in all of its aspects. The place, the people, like that.
Wow, that's a really good question. I would say community. I think the response to the fires really taught us that. You know,
What did you see that makes you feel that way?
people pulling together, people helping out their neighbors, people like looking for ways to help their neighbors, going above and beyond what anybody would have expected of them, caring about the poor and disenfranchised and like that.
What is the soul of the Rogue Valley?
I'm not sure. I've lived here my whole life, and I think the biggest part is like community for the most part, because everyone seems to always like know each other and be willing to help and ready. I'd say that's probably the biggest thing.
What makes you say that?
How quickly at least when I've been in a situation or I've seen others, like especially with the fire that just happened, everyone was instantly ready to just jump on board and be there for like to help everyone. Sorry, I ran out of breath.
That's okay. Thank you. Great answer.
Yeah, thank you.
Excuse me. Would you be willing to answer one question? Nope. All right, he's gone. Oh no, he's coming back.
What is the soul of the Rogue Valley? That's a good question. I need to ponder it. I don't know if I have an immediate answer. Living in harmony with nature. First thing that comes to mind, who do you represent?
We're with Sailor Boy Media. Sometimes we give our footage to Southern Oregon PBS, but it's just our own independent thing.
I see. Oh, good.
So why do you say nature?
Man has not been living in harmony with nature. You know what the Anthropocene era is?
The one we're living in now, isn't it?
That's right, where human activity is causing the extinction of lots of different species. And I personally think that the pandemic is Mother Nature's self-regulating mechanism in order to deal with it. Show man that man is not in a position to dominate nature.
Is that why you have this electric vehicle / bike car thing?
That's right.
What is this thing?
This is a solar electric pedal hybrid. Solar panel up there. I'm charging my battery while we speak.
Very cool.
So I could either pedal it or use the electric drive or a combination of the two. It was somebody at KTVL who gave me my first test drive in one of these.
Where do you get something like this?
The company's gone through bankruptcy. They made 850 of them.
Is this your daily driver?
I'm just going shopping.
So this is how you get around Ashland?
I'm retired, but there are lots of people that use these things for commuting to their jobs, you know, like tens of miles or more. There's even somebody who did a transcontinental trek twice in one of these, and he had a trailer that he was pulling. Came through Ashland in this month, 3 years ago, 2017.
Very cool. All right, well, we won't take up any more of your time. Thank you for those answers.
Tally ho.
I think the beauty of it, I think the ground, the dirt, which makes everything flower, and the people, but I think the beauty especially, that's what the soul of the valley is.
What about the valley is beautiful to you?
I don't understand the question.
Just like what about it is beautiful to you?
I mean, I love the mountains. I love the vegetation. I just really love the ground of it and the colors, even though some are more brown than green. But yeah, I think the beauty overall and the flowers and the plants that grow here.
Having grew up in California, the one element of the Rogue Valley that I appreciated coming here 12 years ago or whatever, so much stuff is local. Farmers markets, produce, whatever. It was just so unique relative to where I'd been. So the local aspect,
Awesome.
foods and stuff.
Great answer. Thank you so much. Sure. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining us here on Us As We Are. As usual with this community, it's been a pleasure talking to you. In any case, I've been Keegan Van Hook. This is Us As We Are, and we'll see you in the next one.